Welcome to another Coach's Preseason interview here on Cakeland Sports, brought to you by Farm Credit of Western Kansas on Open Spaces Sports. Coach Cloud joins us, the head football coach of the Weskan Coyotes, the defending state champions in 6A. Coach, what do you expect this year?
We just hope to be a good football team, just get better every week, and compete every single day at practice and in games.
All right, folks, now if you want to know more about Coyote football in Weskan, just go to openspacessports.com. Well, Coach, you're coming off a championship season last November. You won the title in Class 6A over in Dodge City. It was not the first year, obviously, you'd been playing six-man, but it was for some of those other teams.
Yeah.
You had a little advantage, you feel like, or not?
Yeah, I think we did. You know, just thinking back through, you know, a lot of those teams, it was their first year. And I think the biggest thing was just within our kids, knowing how six-man kind of works, the intricacies of how the game can be played. Me coaching for a year, you know, scheming and doing some things. So I think we probably did have a little bit of an advantage, but you know, it came down to our players executing everything and playing really well, and so.
It's my understanding, I think in Texas there's no eight-man football, but there is six-man, and there's a lot of it.
Correct, yes.
Did you do some research in that area or not, and talk to some people down there or not?
Not down there. I don't have many connections down in that area. I know when I first took the job now 3 years ago, I talked to Coach Coles quite a bit. They had done it for a year here, and he had done a lot of research, YouTube videos, and
sure.
Contacting coaches. But yeah, really, I talked to him quite a bit, and then we just, you know, I took what I knew from the 11-man game, and we just condensed it down into 6, and we didn't try to get too crazy with it early. We just teach fundamentals. It's still, you know, very similar to the fundamentals of 11 and 8-man football, but we've progressed here over 2 years now, just in our scheme, and we've expanded our offense and defense to fit a 6-man game a little bit better.
How many times did you throw the ball to your center last year?
Not often. He probably had 5 to 10 catches, but we'll keep expanding that part of the offense. He's a good kid, and he wants the football.
Well, so. Yeah, what kid doesn't want the football, right? I mean, every kid wants the football,
yeah,
I think.
So they're very aware that they can catch, and he tells me all the time to get more pass plays to them.
You know, your thoughts about your continuation in 6-man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's talk now that some of the schools may be going back to 8-man that have been 6-man in a year or two because of a few more numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that happening in Weskan maybe or not?
I think at this point we're committed to 6-man. Our numbers look good right now. We have 16 kids out. We have 5 seniors, and looking through our junior high, our numbers will be back down to that 10 to 12 range here in a couple of years, depending on, you know, if we keep kids or gain. But we're looking to drop back down in our numbers on the boys' side. So I think long term, it's probably the best case scenario for us. We would be pretty nervous jumping back into an 8-man here in a couple of years. But, you know, as I've talked to other coaches, I think, you know, for the most part, I think the teams that are in, I know there's one team that is already committed to going back, but I think it'll keep growing.
Keisha did not recognize 6-man football last year as part of their organization. Is there talk that it may become part of it, do you think, or not?
From what I know, it's 24 teams, and so we're quite a ways out from that. Going into the next cycle, we'll have a couple teams interested. I don't know who exactly is going to jump in, but there has been some interest. There's been 6-man meetings that we've presented information to teams who play 8-man. And so it could be a slow process to get to that 24. I think down the road it'll happen. But that's what Keisha has said that the magic number is. What's
the strength of your team?
The strength is experience. We've had a lot of kids who are going to play for us that have played a lot of football. And we're still a young team. We got 5 seniors, but 2 of those kids have played a lot of football. The rest of our starters, returning starters, and guys who've played are juniors, sophomores. We're a fast team. We have good team speed across the board, and so we just try to take advantage of that. That's how we scheme offense and defense.
If you were coaching against the Weskan Coyotes, what would you expose in the Weskan football team?
It's a good question. I think you got to keep us inside. You know, we definitely try to take advantage of our speed and try to get outside on offense, come right at us on defense. But yeah, I hope there's not too many glaring holes against us, but I'm sure teams will try to find some, and we hope. It's always a fun chess game with coaches and other teams.
Sure. Well, listen, good luck to you this season as you look for a back-to-back opportunity for a state championship. Best of luck to you.
Okay, thanks very much.
All right, we'll be covering you in Game 1 against the Chi-Lane Cougars, and that's Coach Clow visiting with us. Brought to you by Farm Credit of Western Kansas, right here on OpenSpacesSports.com. Thank you for joining us.